Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Continuing the series 2 ways to painting with gouache, we're doing clouds today. Let's get started. The first one is going to be wet on wet. I'm going to start by wetting both sides of the paper with plenty of water, and I'm going to make sure there's a shiny sheen on the surface of the paper without any water puddles. Here I'm using blue to paint the sky. I started with a flat brush and then I used a bigger dry wash brush to smooth it out. The next step is to use a clean, damp, flat brush to take off some of the blue paint that we just put down where the cloud is going to be. Then I'm adding white paint to the same place we just took off some of the blue paint, and I'm using very thick white because it will dry a lot darker than it looks like right now, so do not be afraid to use very bright white. For the shadow area, I'm mixing a little bit of burnt sienna to the blue paint that we have and the white to create a lighter and more desaturated blue. So now the rest of it is just looking at the reference photo and using white to create the highlight area and the new unsaturated blue that we just mixed for the shadow. Keep in mind that the bright color will dry darker and the dark color will dry brighter. Also, they're not going to dry evenly, so I would suggest that if you feel like the paper is drying out, wait for the whole painting to dry completely and then add on another layer on top of it. Here I swapped to a smaller flat brush to add in some detail in the highlight area. Now as I wait for the cloud to dry, I'm going in and add some leaf in the bottom just to make the painting more interesting. And also because that's what I see on my reference photo right now. As you can see, the highlight area is now dry and it is darker than what it was. So I'm coming back in with a thick white for the final touch. Lastly, I'm adding some pink flowers. And here we go. The second way to do this is wet on dry. I'm also starting out with the blue sky, but this time I'm leaving out the area where the cloud is going to be instead of painting over it and then taking off the paint. And just like the first time, I'm using a soft dry brush to smooth out everything. Our cloud is going to be a light pink skin tone color, and the shadow is going to be a purple pinkish. I'm starting out with the shadow area first because generally they are bigger and I like to work from big to small so I can get the general idea of everything and then going to the detail afterward. For the wet on dry technique, I usually use the oval mop brush for the larger area and the filbert brush for the details. I find that with dry paper, if I use the flat brush like the wet on wet method, I wouldn't be able to create a smooth and fluffy cloud look that I would like to, because the paper is dry, so we don't really have any water to help blending in the colors. Generally, clouds are darker in the middle and the bottom, and as you get to the top of the cloud, it's gonna be lighter. And in this particular painting, for those areas, I use more pink and a light skin tone color. When things look a little too patchy, I would usually dry out my filbert brush and then go back to those patchy areas and try to smooth them out with the dry brush. And that's the second way to paint clouds. And at the end, I'm just gonna add a moon and some stars to the sky. If you enjoyed the video, please consider like and subscribe. If there's anything you would like to see in future video, please leave that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!